All right. Good day, everybody, and welcome to Headline Hits with LW. A lot in the news. We're going to talk about it. Today is Monday, July 25th, 2022. So check this out. I seen this video over the weekend. I thought it was actually pretty hilarious. First Lady Jill Biden hackled in Connecticut. Your husband is the worst president we have ever had, end quote, the hackler said. First Lady Jill Biden was recently hackled by protesters while on a summer program learning tour in New Haven, Connecticut. Your husband is the worst president we have ever had, end quote, a protester yelled at the First Lady as she was walking into an ice cream store with Education Secretary and the governor of Connecticut. The protester was was actually hackling her pretty hard. I thought it was pretty good. But then Jill Biden smiled and waved back at the protester, saying, "Thank you." And then the protester continued to repeat, "You owe us gas money." End quote. Boy, isn't that the truth? All right, next headline. Something I've been talking about now for quite a few months, but look at this. San Francisco lost 6.3% of its population in the pandemic, most among U.S. cities. The city of San Francisco, California, lost 6.3% of its population from July 20th to July 21st, the most of any U.S. city. I think I'm just going to leave that right there. I think we all know why. Why did people leave these blue cities? Why are people leaving these blue states? Just remember this. If you're one of those people, when you come to Idaho, when you come to Oklahoma and all these red states, let's make sure you leave your political policies and all that nonsense right there where you're running from them. You come to the red state, start adopting conservative values and conservative thoughts, because that's why the red states are so great. And that's why you left the blue state or the blue city. Just a friendly reminder. Marvel director blasts critics of too gay Thor sequel. We're all queer. Disney owned Marvel's Thor Love and Thunder director aimed at critics who say that the latest superhero movie is too gay, declaring that, quote, "we're all queer," end quote, to explain his recent turn to focusing on LGBTQ stories and characters. Well, this is all I got to say. No, sir, you are absolutely incorrect. We are not all queer. We're not all gay. Just you crazies. That's all I can say about that. Here's something that I found very shocking, and I want you guys to be aware of this. This is happening, starting to happen around the world. And if you don't think for 1 second that it can't happen at a nursery school or preschool near you, you're wrong. It will, and it is happening more than just around the world. State-sponsored Stonewall. Children age 2 can be trans. Nurseries should teach gender identity. What's that all about? You can read more about it in Breitbart. The far left state-funded Stonewall organization says children as young as 2 can be trans, and gender identity should be taught in nursery schools. That doesn't piss you off this morning on Monday morning, I don't know what will. Honestly, what the hell are we doing to our kids, folks? Pay attention to this. I'm giving this information to you guys so you can educate yourselves and be aware of what's going on and what is being done to our children. Next headline. Now, don't forget the summer of blood of 2020. Don't forget about J6. So let's talk about the summer of rage, part 1. Militant pro-abortion radicals flourish in Madison, Wisconsin. Violence memed on Twitter. What are they talking about? Well, let's dive into the article a little bit. Since the leak of Justice Samuel Alito's draft majority opinion of Roe v. Wade, America has endured a summer of rage. The wave demonstrations saw protesters going far beyond simply donning Handmaid's Tale bonnets and gathering around the Supreme Court. They have dozens of acts of violence, destruction, and harassment aimed at intimidating anti abortion Christians and conservatives. And what is the Biden administration doing about it? Well, they're gaslighting it, they're encouraging it, they're supporting it. They join the marches, they raise their fist in solidarity, they wear their little green handkerchiefs around their necks. This, folks, is okay. This, folks, is what they consider peaceful. But yet, if patriots and conservatives march to their nation's capital to have their voices being heard, that, folks, is called an insurrection. All right, moving on. Cheney. Trump engaged in the most serious misconduct of any president in history. Why am I bringing this up? Because, of course, the J6 committee is still digging deep as they can, and they're still trying to come after Trump. And guess what? They don't have anything against this man. They're fabricating many of these stories. Some of their bombshell witnesses have actually been debunked, but yet Liz Cheney, just so you guys know, out there in the great state of Wyoming, she's still on this crusade to crucify Trump. But guess what, Cheney? Your days are numbered because you will be removed from office come this November. All right, next headline. I want you guys to pay attention to what I'm about to tell you. I've been saying this now for weeks and weeks and weeks, months. I've been putting this out there for you guys to pay attention. Here it is again, right in front of our faces. House Democrats, listen to what I'm about to say. Assault weapons ban prohibits semi-automatic pistols too. Now, some of you may agree with people carrying, some of you may disagree. Me personally, I think it's all our constitutional right. I shouldn't have to have a permit or anything to conceal or carry any weapon. Okay? But of course, the left and all their propaganda, the Democrats, some Republicans, some of your neighbors out there say, well, LW, we don't want assault weapons. They're too dangerous. Okay, well, listen to this. The assault weapons ban legislation that now passed the House Judiciary Committee Wednesday not only prohibits AR-15s and AK-47s, but numerous semi-automatic pistols, shotguns as well. Why am I bringing this up? Because if you do your research, you will actually find that the only weapon that this does not ban is pretty much a revolver. Yeah, you heard me correct. About the only weapon that this would not ban would be a revolver. I carry a semi-automatic 45. I know a lot of you probably pack similar weapons like that. 22s, 38s, 40s. It doesn't matter. Anything that's semi-automatic, they want to ban it. Why is that? Because they don't want an armed population, because if they disarm the population, then they have total control over us. All right, next article. Oh, here we go, folks. Saddle up. Monkeypox strikes again. Monkeypox strikes 2 children on opposite coast in the U.S. After infecting nearly 3,000 people in the United States, 2 children are now contracted the monkeypox virus. The 2 children, an infant and a toddler, were on opposite coasts of the U.S. when diagnosed. Center of the Disease and Control and Prevention Director Rochelle Watsky disclosed the news, and the 2 children have become infected with monkeypox this week. The Washington Post reported. She added that the 2 cases are unrelated, occurred one in California and one in D.C. Now, they're claiming that this is spread by gay sex. That's what they're saying, not what I'm saying. I could care less. But this is the deal. I'm seeing the photo here on Breitbart. If you guys want to read more of it, you can catch it there. This looks no different than chickenpox. I'm just saying. The picture that's shown with the toddler with this on their faces, it looks like chickenpox. So why in the hell are we throwing a fit about something that, in my opinion, I haven't seen any numbers yet? Is anybody dying of this, or are they just getting a similar virus like chickenpox? It goes through your system, your immune system builds an immunity to it, kicks it out, and you move on. Well, listen to this. Next headline. Unprecedented. The WHO chief Tedros defied experts to declare monkeypox an emergency. Falsely claims 9-6 vote a tie. Why are they doing this? You got to ask the question, right? The WHO Director General Tedros took the unprecedented measure this weekend of ignoring the agency's special advisory committee to declare the spread of monkeypox a public health emergency of international concern, despite his lack of medical background. Whoa, wait, what does that say? Despite his lack of medical background, kind of sounds like a flip-flopping Fauci thing, doesn't it? And his own administration that the risk of spreading was moderate at worst. Well, folks, ask the question. Why would they be pushing this? Let's see what's going on in November. Yeah, that's right. We've got some more voting to do in November, right? How do they control a population? By fear mongering, by pushing propaganda of fear. Oh, woo, monkeypox. Everybody's got to stay in the house again. Everybody's got to wear a mask. Everybody's got to lock themselves in their houses. And what do we do to vote? Oh, that's right. Those mail-in things, right? Send in those mail-in things again. Just giving you guys a heads up. All right, last headline for today. FBI believes that the Chinese Hawaii, I know I'm saying that wrong. Denise helped me pronounce it, and I forgot how to pronounce it. Telecom equipment can capture and disrupt U.S. military communications. Now, listen to this. An FBI investigation into the Chinese land purchases near critical infrastructure as well as the Hawaii equipment found on many American cell towers has found that Chinese companies' telecom gear capable of capturing and even disrupting U.S. communications, including that of the U.S. Strategic Command, which oversees America's nuclear arsenal, and according to the report done by Communist News Network, the CNN, right? So we all know that a lot of the stuff that we purchase comes from China. I beg the question here. How do we know that this isn't true? How do we know that some of these parts that we're putting on our cell towers does not have the capability of disrupting communications and information? How do we know it doesn't have the capability of extracting information? Right? They say that TikTok is something that's really bad and that they take a lot of our data from TikTok. Well, I think these guys can mine for all kinds of information. It doesn't matter if you're using TikTok or anything else. If they want something, I believe they'll get it. I just wanted to let you guys be aware that according to the Communist News Network report, based on interviews with 12 current and former intelligence officers, that Chinese telecom giant has been the subject of investigations by the FBI and now believes that the company's equipment has the ability to snoop the U.S. military communications and even disrupt communications when activated. Now, you got to ask this question as well. Okay, maybe they can't launch our nukes, but if we were to get nuclear attacked by any other country out there, could they disrupt the communications to where our defense mechanism doesn't work properly, or our defense missiles doesn't protect the United States? Just a question that I had when I seen the article. So anyway, that's it for Headline Hits. Don't forget to catch us over on Podbean at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for The Warrior and the Hammer. We've got a lot to talk about today. Some really hot topics you guys aren't going to want to miss. I'll be back later tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. God bless. Love y'all.